to everyone. And my voice is also clear. Like, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
clear and visible.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, let us start. So, hope you all are doing well. So, we are done with one session related with this course structure, how do we need to access the platform material, like what is the expectation related with this course and all. So let us start from the basic, as I mentioned. No, so just 2 minutes for newcomers also, related with the course structure. 100 to 104 or 105 sessions will going to take care. So as I said, three batches we already covered related with this is batch number 4. So as I mentioned, if you divided the course like initial 30 to 40 days, we will spend more on core and advanced Java. Okay, so after that, we'll start with the Java E, where we will interact with and learn multiple technologies like servlet, JSP, JSTL, like database interaction. After that, we'll move to ORM structure. ORM is nothing but like a Hibernate. Once that is done, we'll move to Spring and Spring Boot. Other than that, other than the technical details, so there is a concept called work management. Work management is nothing but like how exactly in real time work will come, in the sense like how do we need to complete our work, how do we need to interact, like what are the sessions and what is the model, different types of models team will basically use to interact, like in case of struck, in the sense like in case of need support related with whether that is a technical or a functional, so how do we need to communicate. These are all those who are looking for or preparing for an interview, or freshers going to attend an interview. This will really help. Okay, so yeah, let us start with the actual course. So let us stick. So we are just learning Java. Okay, so start with history. So we need to learn in the sense who are the persons and who is the team behind this Java programming language, which we are using as a programmer and developer, like in real time also. So most of the devices, most of the applications like which we are using this programming language. Okay, so yeah, let us start. So this is a history, like who developed this Java, like why we named this Java. Okay, so what is this basically Java? Okay, what and who is behind this, like which team. Okay, so now why? Basically, these are the three things we need to question, like whenever we are learning any new thing or exploring one thing. So before going to that, so let us just discuss about the history. Basically, 1990s, during 1990s, so company named from US, Microsystems, Sun Microsystems, taken up a project, like they have received a project. The project main intention here is like a consumer electronic device, consumer electronic, which can be controlled by remote, which can be controlled by remote. Actually, this is the main requirement of the project which they have received in 1990, Sun Microsystem. So they need to develop a project so which can be controlled by remote, like multiple electronic devices they need to take. So initially they thought they have given like for each and every project there is a name, in the sense whether that is a financial, logistic, or asset related data or financial tax related data, there is some name for it. First they have given this project name as stealth project. They name it as stealth project in the initial state, like requirements gathering. Actually, what is the plan to implement this project? Like whether how to develop this. Later, they have changed this as green project. Okay, green project. Now, as usual, so whenever a new project will come, company will look into the team, in the sense whether they will hire a team or they will look into the experienced resources who is having good amount of knowledge whenever the new project will come. Same thing, Sun Microsystems also started looking at the resources, like who are the best team going to handle this project on that particular time. So now some of the team members basically So some of the team members they have hired again, like from Sun Microsystems. So this is the team like Bill Joy, James Gosling, Mike Sheridan, Patrick Norton, and some others. In the sense, they formed one team. And like once they have decided and they have assigned roles to all these team members, like because if you are working as a team, in the sense each and everyone should have the responsibility, in the sense should have their own contracts, like what they need to work on all. So each and every working. So Bill Joy and Mike Sheridan, basically they are focusing on graphic systems, basically like how to present this project, like what is the look and feel. So presentation in the sense like what is the home page, like what is the pages, like what is the look and feel, what are the technologies we need to use. In terms of presentation, they're working on that. So Patrick Norton, so how can we increase the business, in the sense like what are the modules we need to implement, whether we need to go with a short or whether we need to implement in a big way. So he's more on marketing as well as improving the business area. So James Gosling is the person, his responsibility is, so he need to identify in 1990s, like we have a multiple programming languages like C, C++, Pascal, Ruby, JavaScript. Okay, so he's there, like he was thinking like whether can we go with the existing programming language or new programming language. He was just trying to understand that. So whether can we go with the existing programming language, some are most hot on the time, like in 1990s COBOL, like C, C++, but he found there are some drawbacks with it. So those languages is not possible for this project, in the sense electronic devices, where irrespective of the platform, I will just explain like what is a platform also. Irrespective of the platform, it should work. Okay, so he thought, so instead of using the existing programming language which is already available in the market, why can't we develop a new programming language which can support, as well as which we can provide that to other customers use this programming language. So he thought that. So now he came up some solutions, and he can just demonstrate like why do we need to go for new programming language and all. After that, what they said, so they have developed one programming language. Initially they have named it as Oak. They have developed programming language, but some company is already registered. Okay, some company is already registered with this name, so there are no copyrights. So that's the reason what they have given, they named it as whatever the programming language, they named it as Java. So now why Java? Basically, during the new programming language, or during the development of this language, in a sense like which helps to provide solutions to multiple products, they thought in the sense like while consuming like lot of tea they have consumed, in the sense like a lot of coffee they have consumed during this. So now basically this is whatever the consumed, so this is from, we can say that is a island. So this is from island, whatever they have got. Okay, so now what they will, they thought they have developed this beautiful programming language which will going to work or which will rule the world in upcoming days. They have taken this coffee name from that. So they have added, because they have developed the programming language because of, they thought because of the coffee, that's why they have named it as C, Java. So now if you see, so wherever you see, like whether that is the official Java sites and all, you see like cup and saucer. Let me show you anything. Now you see, right? So you see, so what is this? This is a logo. So what does it mean? Basically, they have consumed a lot of coffee while developing this programming language. They thought that coffee is from one of the island, named it as Java Island. That's the reason they have taken this. Okay, even if you go anywhere, official logo will be like this only. So you see, right, up. So whatever the product you are going to develop, whether that is a technology or a package or anything which is required to develop web application or a program, they have formed it as a logo. Okay, so now this is important for freshers, like who are going for a fresher, in the sense, just a couple of technical recruiters to check you about your communication and confidential. like how confidence you are presenting any topic. So they will check this one. Like, can you just brief about the history of Java? Like who is the team behind that? Why they named it Java? Like what is that logo and all. Okay, so now they have developed this Java programming language. They named it from this Java island, which is famous for coffee. After that, what they did, like how they need to present this basically. So as a company, they have developed one programming language, but they need to present this. They need to present. So they have taken, so there is World Wide Web Conference. World Wide Web Conference is nothing but it's a type of a workout session where multiple companies will participate and they will show what are the products they have developed, what are the products which is helpful in real time, like those who are looking in a programming site, or like if someone needs to develop one product which required a software. So multiple companies will come and will participate in the workout sessions to present their own products. So same team, this team joined here in worldwide conference somewhere 1990s. Okay, they have presented this Java programming language. So Java programming language, pros and cons, like how Java is different with already available successful programming languages on the time and all. So now in the meantime, in the worldwide conference, they have not only developed about this programming language. So Mike Sheridan and Patrick Norton, they have developed one web runner also. There is nothing but web runner. What does it mean by web runner is nothing but this is a one type of a browser basically. So the way how we have a Google Chrome, Firefox, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer, like that, they have developed one web runner on the time itself. This web runner will support how programs will execute dynamically on the internet. On the internet, they have shown this representation. By seeing this potential, unlike most of the company team members, so what they have, so first browser is Netscape Navigator. Netscape Navigator is a web browser. Okay. So they said like, so we will adopt Java programming language. When I say adopt, so you develop any web application and run this browser. So we will support Java. So after that, same other browsers also come. So Microsoft also adopted Java programming language, I mean Java software. So again, they are saying this by seeing the potentiality of the programming language on the time, somewhere between 1993 and 1994, they said like, we will support you. You come up with your programming language, and again, you design a software where web applications, you can use our browsers as a licensed one execute. So Microsoft Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, multiple browsers started encouraging this programming language. Okay, so now 1994, JDK first 1.0 version released in the market. So now we are in somewhere between 2024. Now what is the official version? JDK 24. This is the current version. Okay, this is a current version. So now you see, right? So till 1994 and 2024, Java is one of the leading programming language and software as well as, so where around like 85 billion programmers we have across the world, as well as like multiple, like Google Maps, for example, like whatever the softwares we have, like internally, they will use all these softwares as one part to implement this. So multiple products, whatever the products we have used in everywhere, like JDK is ruling. This is about the history. So now, any queries still here? Okay, I will take it as no. So till now it is clear. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we need to look independent. Like, what does it mean by independent? System independent as well as platform department. Platform independent. So what does it mean by platform? Basically, so like most of the people will heard this word, like which platform you're working, what is the platform you're using, what is the system you're using. Different people use different terminologies. Platform is nothing. Platform is nothing but combination of your operating system, combination of operating system and hardware. So when I say hardware, what is the processor you're using? So we have a multiple processor like Intel, one of the leading processor, Pentium processor, Silicon processor. Okay, so we have a multiple. This is nothing but a platform. What we can say combination of operating system and hardware. Like if you are using Windows OS, so we have different processor. Like most of the Windows OS is having Intel processor. Okay, so now if you are using Mac, so it has different, like whether Intel or Silicon processor it will use. So this is nothing but platform. So now how Java became popular, how Java become popular due to this platform independence. So what is it platform independent? So now there is a question: is Java is a platform dependent or platform independent? So Java is a platform independent programming language. What does it mean by Java is platform independent programming language? Is nothing but, so now what is system independent or platform independent? So program or application. So when I say application, this is a web application. Okay. Program or application execute or executable on any on any platform. So when I say platform, computer. Okay, any platform with the processor and operating system. So independent is nothing but, so that if you take the program you run in Windows OS, you will get the same output. Same program if I execute with a little bit setup in Mac OS, I'm getting the same program. That is nothing but platform independent. In the sense, again, if I say, so Windows configuration is totally different. Mac, if you say, the configuration is also totally different. How is it possible? Like, who is the main component or the pillar which will become or which will make your program independent? Let us see. Okay. So now system independent is nothing but, so as I mentioned, no, so platform is nothing but combination of your operating system plus hardware. When I say hardware, that is nothing but your microprocessor and configuration details. Now, system independent, platform independent, both are same technology. I mean, terminology and definition both are same. So system is nothing but platform. So both are same. So independent is nothing but there is no dependency, in the sense there is no requirement or there is no dependency to execute any program. So basic requirement you need to be there in your OS. The program will execute and gives the same result irrespective of the platform. So there is no platform dependency here. That's the main, and that is one of the main advantage of the programming language. Let us see the execution flow of the, what is a Java program basically. Okay, what is the execution flow of the Java program? Execution flow. So what are the components it will come basically? Okay, so whenever you start writing or whenever you start create any program, right? So the extension should be Java. We need to use. So most of the, now everyone are using IDE, integrated development environment. So when you create a class, automatically by default it will take the extension .java. Okay, so the way, like again, so each and every program, there is nothing but, so this .java or like the program whatever we see, we will develop. And in the sense that is a human readable language, we can say human readable language. So now we need to take it to system. Like finally in your system when you are writing a program, so when you execute that program should understand by your platform also. Like when I say platform, so whatever the components or the requirements you are using, so whenever you are executing a program, you are expecting some kind of an output. I have written the program, whether that is a simple message or any calculation or any report. Okay, so you have some expectation there. Like I'm writing this program and I'm expecting this output. So output who will generate? System will generate. But to generate the output, There are some components which will take your program, whatever the program you have written. So this is nothing but source code. We will call it as a source code. So source code, what does it mean by source code? Source code is nothing but human understandable language, whatever the language. So I have written some of the steps here. You're able to read it, like system independent. I'm trying to understand here, like platform independent. I'm able to understand. I'm able to read and I'm able to understand. That is nothing but source code. Whatever the language we are using, whatever the steps we are writing, human readable language we are saying, this is nothing but source code. But this is for us. But for system will not understand this. Microprocessor will not understand, like whatever the platform you are. So system understand only this language, zeros and ones, bits, like machine language we can say. But we need to make our source code to be understandable by system and generates the output, whether that is a error or output, anything. But system should understand this. So system will understand only machine language. We can say this machine language. But what are the tools and technologies internally it will come? So whenever I have executed or I will execute this .java file, so how system will understand and how it will generate the report? What are the components it will take internally? Okay, let us see this. Okay, so now one thing we can say, so Java is platform independent programming language. Okay, this is one of the advantage. Now let us discuss about the basic features. So why Java is strong? Okay, so what are the features it will provide so that a programmer or a developer using that features, he can develop web applications or which the applications which is help to others. So now, what are the basic features they have come up? They have come up as I mentioned. No, so in World Wide Web conference, they have highlighted all the features like what Java can do, and like how Java is different with others. Okay, so now let us take. They have developed. Okay, so they said one of the best feature is Java is object oriented programming language. So I will come up here. So to understand these two things, okay, we need to understand this part. Okay, so here I will just highlight you what are the resources it will come. So to take your program and convert into machine language so that when you execute your program, you will expect or you will get the output. So whatever the source code you have, right? So I will come up here. So what is object oriented programming language? Object oriented. So what does it mean by object first of all? So programming language we know. So we need to use some kind of a syntax, some kind of a naming conventions so that we need to write whatever we are explaining, we need to convert that into a program. Program is nothing but set of steps adhere the programming language naming conventions. So now what does it mean by object? Object is nothing but whatever you are able to in real time I will say, after that program will say, so whatever you are able to view, in the sense like whatever the thing it is visible. For example we can say object is nothing but so visibility. So whatever I can say, so best thing is like this is okay. So now, so now two things. So this is a car basically, okay, car. But I can see when I close my eyes, or if I want to describe about this car, okay. So now again, I'll just take this, okay. So this is having futures, so which I can view, I can see that, and I can explain what is difference between these two. So this is one object which I'm able to view that, and I can explain so how it will look like, okay. So now let us just take this. Okay. So now this is object. Now this is object. Now this is object. This is object. Now this is object. What does it mean by object? Object is nothing but so which you see. In the sense, we are all objects basically. I'm talking. So I have some properties, like you have some properties. So now this belongs to a group, some group. Like this is a vehicle. Okay, we can say it as a vehicle. Vehicle. Okay, vehicle. So even if you want to make it as clear, this belongs to car. So what we can say? So if Audi car, like Baleno car, okay. So but we don't know what is car basically, but we will name it as this one. So Audi, Bench. So we have some names, but all R belongs to this family. This family. So object-oriented programming language is nothing but in Java, without a class, we cannot design. Without class, we cannot design or write program. Write program without a class. So object-oriented programming language is nothing but your combination of class and object. Okay, what does it mean by class? Class is nothing but a group name which will describe the properties. So if I will ask, can you just describe some of the properties of an animal or some of the properties of a vehicle? You will just give some of the things like vehicle will have a steering, vehicle will be the combination of a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, six-wheeler, like that we can say, based on the number of tires. We will give like this vehicle will give this mileage, this vehicle is a automatic, this vehicle is a electric, and this vehicle is runs on a diesel or a petrol or some consumable oil. So we are just giving. We are just, how are we giving? In the sense, we have seen that. We have seen that like that is physically available. Baleno and Audi is physically available, which we can see and which we can describe the future. But car is not visible. Car is not visible. The same way. So Dhoni, like he is a player basically. So you can take. So now again, what is the group name? This is an object. Okay, we are all object. Like I can see you. Okay, so you can see me. So like that, I can see my team members. I can discuss. I can see my family members. In the sense, when I say see, all our objects belong to particular group. The same way. So he's a player. Okay, so before player, basically belongs to object, belongs to human group. When I say class, class is nothing but group name, which is having some properties which we are describing. Same. What is this? Animal group. Animal. So we don't know how animal will look like, but if we see multiple animals, like we can categorize whether that is a domestic animal, wild animal. We are saying this domestic and wild animal. So, but we don't know animal. What is animal? We have not seen that animal, but we can categorize. Even if someone asks, can you just spell out some animal names? We will see animal names like a tiger, lion, because we have seen physically. That is nothing but object. But we will name as one group name. So can you spell out three or four animal names? When I say animal names, animal is a group, human is a group. Can you spell out some of the human being group? Like we can say, like politicians, like VIPs, okay? So multiple celebrities, we can say. Why? We are seeing them physically. But there is no group called human being, man, woman, we don't have. We will use this for some examples. Now this is a rose, lily. This is nothing but belongs to flower group. So when I say group, this is nothing but your class. Okay, when I say object is nothing but this is a blueprint of a class basically. So it will give one kind of a property. So that is nothing but in real time, we are using this same thing we are implementing in a programmatical way, object-oriented programming language. What does it mean by object-oriented programming language is it provides some of the features which we can develop a program in terms of object-oriented OOPS concepts. There are some OOPS concepts, but to follow that OOPS concepts, what is a precondition? What is a prerequisite? This is a prerequisite. We need to create a class. We need to add some programming steps. Okay, after that we can implement. But basic thing is without a class, concept is different. Concept will come as an advanced manner. But what is a precondition? What is a pre-requirement you write? To develop any programming language is, so whether you take core Java, advanced Java, Java E, whatever the concept you can take, without creating a class, we cannot run or design any Java program. Okay, when I say program, application, module, anything, who will drive your project, who will drive your entire program is nothing but your class. Okay, so this is the first future which will describe about what is Java. So Java is a platform independent programming language which supports object oriented concepts. What is an object? Object is nothing but which will describe the property. So again, like when I say describes the property, which property it belongs? That property refers to a group name. What is a group name? We will refer a group name as a class. So this is one of the future. Now, second thing is, as I mentioned, each Java program is divided into classes and objects. Now, second thing is robust. Robust. What does it mean, robust? Robust is nothing but, one second. So what does it mean by robust is nothing but, the meaning of robust is a strong programming language. What does it mean by strong programming language? So how can they say it's a strong programming language? Because two things. With the two things, Java programming language is strong. So what does it mean by? First is inbuilt. Okay. So what is robust is nothing but, the meaning of robust is a strong programming language. How it is becoming a strong programming language? Because of these two concepts. So inbuilt exception handling. What does it mean by exception? Exception is an error. Okay. So like this is common. So whatever the programming language you take. So whenever you develop or whenever you are design your own programming language, or whenever you are refactoring or enhancing the existing program, already someone written the program, I want to add some more steps or I want to refactor. Look and feel, naming conventions, no description about the program, some part you are taking up. Okay, when you execute that, you got some error, but you don't know how to fix that. So now this exception handling mechanism will help the programs, will help the users or programmers. What is the error basically? So when I run this program, I'm getting some kind of an error. How can I understand this? Understanding is an important thing in any programming language you take. Whenever, like this is for working professional also, whenever you are executing the program, whether that is from front end or back end or anything, whenever you are running a program, you are getting some kind of an exception or error. Basically, what is the first step to identify exception is nothing but, we need to debug that. We need to debug and we need to understand the error. Understanding the error is most critical part to complete or to fix the exception. So multiple errors we will get when we write the program. So Java software has provided inbuilt exception handling mechanism. If we follow this approach, inbuilt, when I say inbuilt, no need to write a separate code. They will provide some kind of a packages. So when I say package is nothing but a combination of class and method. We'll discuss what is, we have seen only class. What is the method and all, we'll discuss once we start in a first steps towards programming concept. But for now, what you can do, so inbuilt, the meaning of inbuilt is predefined. Already they will provide, inbuilt is nothing but Java software as part of Java development kit, they will provide some kind of a packages. We need to get that package or we need to import that package to our program, and we need to follow some basic naming conventions. That naming conventions will provide the clear meaning of the error. Clear meaning of the error, like why that error came, what does it mean that error, like how can we fix and all. So now inbuilt exception handling mechanism they will provide, that is nothing but robust. Now, second thing is garbage collector. What does it mean by garbage collector? Garbage collector is nothing but automatically removes or deletes unused resources in a program. So memory allocation, memory deallocation. So now before Java, as I said, so when you compare with Java with other programming language, these two, they don't have a predefined. Programmer or the developer need to handle these things explicitly. Okay, garbage collector is nothing but garbage. So when I say garbage, no, unused variables, unnecessary resources in a program, memory will deallocate. Allocation I will just discuss in upcoming sessions, but for now what you can understand is, what does it mean by robust? This is one of the future of Java programming language. The meaning of robust is strong. Like why it is strong is nothing but because of two futures. So Java will provide inbuilt exception handling mechanism which helps user or a programmer to identify the exception. If we identify the exception, then we will get a solution how to fix that exception. So they will provide this. Now, second thing is a garbage collector. Programmer no need to do anything. Okay, so no need to write any coding steps. That memory can be deallocate if this program is no more being used in long time. So automatically there is a program called garbage collector will run internally in your program, and it deallocates the memory. So when I say deallocate, deletes the assigned memory. So deletes the assigned memory. For example, let me take just one example. So we have a home. We have a home and one room we will take living room. Usually in living room, what we will do, we will take television like a TV. We can keep or any gadget, mobile gadget or anything we have set up. So we are not using that gadget. So we feel so the place we are wasting here. So we have allotted some kind of a memory to that gadget. Okay, it occupied some kind of a space, some kind of a space it occupied. After some point of time, like 1 month or 2 months, I realized it that unnecessary I have provided space to this gadget which is not required. I'm not going to use anymore, not present, not in future. So once I'll get that in assumption, what I will do, I will change. I will change that product from that living room to another product. If I'm using this, what I will do, I feel like that place is not correct. What I will do, I will release the memory. When I say release the memory, I will deallocate the memory. So releasing, deallocating, both are same. So when I say deallocate the memory is nothing but remove the product from that place. When you remove that product from that place, automatically there will be a free place available to you. You can utilize that free space for some other resources. You can keep gadgets or you can keep your files. Something you can, whatever you are going to use, which is important for you, you can use. That is nothing but release or deallocation. One second. Okay, so this mechanism will be inbuilt for Java. So the meaning of this is automatically removes unused resources from your program. So this we will see how, what is the component Java will use to implement this mechanism. But for now, you can understand like terminologies, any programming language, understanding the concept, understanding the terminology is very important. Yeah, any queries till now? Yeah, you can use chat section also if you have any queries. We can continue the same in tomorrow's class. Yeah, I'm done for today. So let us implement. So tomorrow we will see like this one.
Yeah.
What is the execution flow of a Java program? By understanding these concepts, we will see that.
Yeah. So 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
guys, if you have any technical questions or questions regarding the demonstration which I gave earlier in the class, you can raise your questions in the chat section or unmute yourself to raise the question. Yeah. We'll be having 2 more demo days. You can use the same link to join the class. The recordings will be shared in the WhatsApp community. I hope everyone is a member of that WhatsApp community. If not, the link is shared in the chat. Please join the community. And you can also find my WhatsApp number in the chat section. So use that WhatsApp number to follow on with any other course related queries. You can WhatsApp me. And for now, if you have any technical queries or course related, please raise your hand and ask it. It seems like we have no more queries, sir. I'll be waiting 5 more minutes in the class. If you have no queries, I think you can leave. Yeah, recordings will be shared in the community as soon as possible.
Okay then. Thanks for joining. We'll meet tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.